Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a reading for the week ahead. How are you doing, my water family, my two fishes friends? I hope you are well. Thanks so much for clicking here. Look, I was going to be here yesterday, but Mother Nature had other plans. We were under a tornado warning all day. Thankfully, we didn't end up in Oz. We are right where we're supposed to be, and we're good. How's the weather been where you are? Let's find out what's going on for you, Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We're here to do a 9-card draw for you today. Tell me about Pisces. This is not just a sun sign read. And if you want a private read, don't forget they're open. Please check the pinned comment for the Hypsee link. Let's find out what's going on for you. We've got the Two of Swords. All right. Why is the Two of Swords here? We've got the Five of Cups. Ooh, okay. It feels like here that you are about to make an important decision. And I feel like this is a place that you've been for a while, at the edge of making some sort of decision about possibly walking away, turning your back. But it is the Five of Cups energy. So I don't think you want to do it, but it feels as though this is something that you have to do. I feel like you're at a crossroads and you're trying to use your intuition to decide whether this is the right thing to do or not. The Two of Swords is a bit of a block. It might be an emotional block. It's like, I have to do it, but I don't want to hurt them. Oh, gosh. Look at that. Fell right out. Yeah. It does feel like it is a worry. It's something you're carrying around. This decision, Ten of Wands, is something that that you've been carrying around. You know you've got to make the decision, but you're waiting for the right time to do it. There's a worry here that you are going to hurt someone, or that you may be in regret for making this decision. It feels like you're under obligation. And I don't mean you're under obligation to do it for anyone but yourself. You know it's going to give you a better quality of life. Tell me more. Center of the reading, heart of the matter, friends. That's why everything else I'm telling you is going on. And it's because the heart of the matter is the Seven of Swords. You know they're lying. Somebody is definitely being deceitful. They're lying about something, and you know it, and it's weighing heavy on you. Swords, swords, swords. It's in the mind. You know that if you don't do something, nothing changes from here. If you don't change, neither does anything else. And I feel like this is something that has been weighing heavy on you. But it almost feels like this is like you feel like it's an obligation for you to stay. But I don't think that you can. This is the clincher here. I feel like this is the line in the sand. Now listen, as a reader, I don't often read the Seven of Swords as deceit or lies. I usually see it as concealment, but it could also be something that's under the surface that you feel, but you're not really totally, completely aware of, but you will be. The sun is here. I feel like the sun is here to reveal something. It's here to reveal the truth of something. It's here to reveal a lie. And I feel like when this finally does show up, and you do see it, when it's finally revealed under the sun here, I feel like it's going to be, what's that saying? Bittersweet. It feels like now you can release the stress of carrying it. That's going to be the good part of it, but the bad part of it is you've got to turn your back. You know you do. You cannot trust this person again. Or maybe it's a workplace. But it feels like it's a relationship between a couple of people. And so that could be, I can't trust my employer. I don't trust this company anymore. Could also be a friend or a lover, because the Six of Cups is here. So that's family, friendships, possibly a relationship that is romantic. The Six of Cups is merely nostalgia. We have a lot of water under the bridge. We've been together through everything. No matter what, we usually are still friends in the end, or we're still in the marriage at the end of the day. But I feel like this is also something that keeps happening over and over. And when something presents a pattern to you, because Pisces, you are one of the few signs in the zodiac that is a pattern recognition sign. You're noticing a pattern here. It's reminding you of something from the past. This happened before. Something here is going to be revealed to you. Tell me more about Pisces. We've got the 8 of Wands, and you know you've got to go. If this turns out to be true, if your intuition is telling you the truth, and I think it is, I feel like you know that if you do, when this does reveal itself to you, you've got to go. The 8 of Wands is here. You have to take action. You've got to do something about it. This truth might be traveling to you as we speak. It feels aggressive. I'm just going to say something is showing itself to you. We've got the 9 of Swords and the 1 in the hand of the Knight. This is going to be the last nail in the coffin. This is going to be the last straw, is what it feels like. That's going to cause you to realize that there has been betrayal. Somebody's been lying. I'm sorry to tell you that, but I got to read the cards as they are. The 10 of Wands is the end of the cycle. I can't carry this anymore. I don't think you can carry this anymore. The truth is looking you in the face, and therefore you can no longer ignore it. You can't ignore it. The sun is here. So I feel like that this could also be a messenger, because the 8 is coming up beside the 8 of Wands. So Pisces, it makes me feel like somebody tells you, someone that you can trust, somebody tells you about it, or a message comes in aggressively, like it will come in soon, I feel. But I feel it's been traveling to you for a while. And although you don't have this information yet, or maybe you do, I don't know. The 2 of Swords tells me you suspected something was going on. Because something here is holding you back, or putting you sort of at a crossroads of making some sort of decision. And the reason that, the 2 of Swords, the person on this one doesn't have their eyes covered, but the 2 of Swords is about to, this one, the particular one, is about to cut somebody out or learn the truth about something, because the Ace of Swords is here. I'm going to put 2 cards down here. We're going to look at what's going on under the surface that you actually do not see. And then we'll get into some clarification. Tell me about Pisces, what's under the surface. Your intuition. I feel like you've been quiet about something. I think that you've been noticing patterns within a person, a relationship, a friend. You've been noticing the same pattern over and over again, but you haven't said anything about it. I think something is going to urge you to say something about it. There we go. I was saying over and over again. You keep seeing the same pattern over and over and over again, and it's time for you to actually now say something about what's been going on. Tell me why the 5 of Cups is here. I feel like you haven't said anything up till now, friend, because I don't think that you want to feel the regret of having to make such a permanent decision. It does feel like it is a permanent decision. Sorry. Everything's confusing here. This person's going to try and confuse you. There we go. They're going to try and confuse you, friend. They're going to say, no, that's not how it happened. I've got all the reasons why. They're going to try and confuse you emotionally. They're going to play on your emotions. Tell me about the 5 of Cups. We've got the Emperor. We've got the 4 of Wands. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Boy. I'm going to say that this person could be an Aries. They don't have to be. We've got a lot of air on the table. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. That could also talk just about the truth, quite honestly. We've got Leo here as well. The Emperor is here. I feel like somebody here has to take charge of the situation. It's time to stand on business and protect the Empire. And I feel like the Empire might be your home. It might be your finances. It feels as though that you've been quite generous at housing someone. It feels as though you realize that although we've been living together for a while, or that we agreed we're going to the next level of our friendship or the relationship, it feels as though something is going to come to your attention and is going to cause you to move on to a new beginning here. It feels like you've already agreed to advance. You've already agreed to whatever the terms of the contract are, but I feel like you're going to renege and back out. Tell me why the 10 of Wands is here, because it tells me here that once I find this out, I can't trust you any longer. This could be a business deal. This could be you've accepted the job and then you hear something terrible about it. Tell me about the 10 of Wands. Oh boy, the Empress is here. Okay, so I'm going to move to this place where we're probably talking about a marriage or two people who are on the same vibration here. I feel like somebody here has been holding back their emotions. It feels like somebody who is usually very kind and giving and all of that with their emotions is now holding back, and it feels like it might be Empress energy. The Empress energy can be masculine, feminine, right? Because of Taurus and Libra. But it feels like somebody here is now withholding. So what I mean by that is maybe someone in your relationship is withholding their emotions from you, or maybe you begin to withhold your emotions because you realize that something fishy is going on here. The Queen of Cups is here and is still compassionate and kind and loving, but with the Four of Pentacles here, I'm not really giving you all that stuff. Because, the Emperor and the Empress both have boundaries. Now, we could be talking about a couple, but listen, it feels like this could also be you being in charge and putting up your boundaries and start holding back your energy because you know somebody's lying. And it doesn't have to be a relationship or a marriage. It could be a friendship. It could be something that's going on that you're figuring out now. Because the Queen of Cups is also quite empathic, quite psychic, and feels vibration. And I feel like this Empress energy tells me that you've given this person enough compassion. It's time to really find out what's going on here. Tell me about the Sun. What is the Sun revealing to you? Because I feel like this is an uneasy feeling with the High Priestess and the Nine of Swords. It feels like it's an uneasy feeling, like a feeling of something's about to go wrong. Tell me about the Sun, please. What's being revealed? We've got the Three of Wands. Something's coming in the future, and you're trying to name it. You know you have to have this conversation. And we have the Ten of Swords. And you know that this quite possibly could bring everything to a screeching halt. I feel as though there's information that's coming to you, Pisces. And I hate to give you the negative read, but look, someone needs to hear it. And I think that I'm going to tell you that when that person shows up with that information, please, you do your investigation. But please understand that the Knight of Swords can speak out of turn. Knight of Swords is just going to say it. That's Gemini energy. But I do feel that somebody here is going to be showing up really soon and telling you the truth. They got something to say. The Ace of Swords is in the hand of the Knight, and that's a sort of truth, and that has just shown up here. So it's telling me that there is confirmation, like you can confirm that whatever this person is telling you, which I think is going to be surgical. It's going to hurt your feelings. This person is not delivering it in a loving and emotional way. They're going to deliver it like, really? You didn't know that? Everyone else saw it. Didn't you see the pattern? It feels like that. So we've got the Three of Swords, the Three of Wands. So in the future, I feel there's a really important clarity showing up. The truth is going to be revealed in the situation here. And it feels like and when I do a reading and it's for the week ahead, I mean, not everybody is watching today. You could be watching next week or the week from now or a year from now. And so I feel like 3 weeks from the time you watch this, it feels like something is going to be revealed, and it is going to be the stark truth. It's going to be very surgical and harsh, is what it feels like. It might cut you because the Ten of Swords is here. And it's a betrayal. It feels like you figure out a lie. Somebody has betrayed you, and you were feeling it, right? The Eight of Swords and the High Priestess is like, I was feeling it, but I didn't say anything. Let's talk about the Eight of Wands. We've got the Star. I think for a moment you're like, but is there hope? Can I work it out? Whatever is about to be revealed makes you feel very vulnerable. And what I mean by that is you have poured your emotions into something, and it makes you feel very vulnerable. Like, the soft white underbelly, right? When a dog or a cat lays on their back and they allow you to scratch their belly, it feels like it makes you feel as though you have to protect yourself. For a moment, you feel hopeful. Can we move forward? I hope we can move forward from this. But I think it's going to depend on whatever the Seven of Swords is. We've got the Ace of Cups here. I do feel like you're in love with somebody for some of you. It feels like, can we have a restart? Because the Ace of Cups is here. Can we restart? Can we move away from this and restart and heal it? Right? The Star is healing energy. I really feel that somebody here wants to know, is this possible? Can we come back from this? I don't know that you can, friend, because the Seven of Cups is here. It's going to be your decision. The thing is I feel like it's very overwhelming, and really, I think you're confused because we need some details, right? Like, this is an ambiguous reading, and I feel like it's going to be a different situation for all of you. But one thing is that if you feel it, it's going on. Believe your intuition, please. We're going to go into the extended, and we're going to talk about your intuition and what you think is going on, as opposed to what really is going on. Because you know that you have to make a really harsh decision, one that you don't want to make, and that means you're going to have to be in your masculine energy, whether you're a man or a woman. This is your empire. It feels like I don't know, it might have something to do with a relationship or the stability of it, financial things. It feels like it's that you have to turn away, and you wonder if you're going to regret turning away. But I feel like somebody here is taking money from you, maybe stealing money from you. It feels like they're taking, maybe they've gone to the bank and they're taking money out of the mortgage, or it feels like you're going to find out something. It could have to do with money, and it will make you very emotional. We're going to go into the extended. If you want to be in the extended, we are going to talk about the Knight of Cups. Look, I feel like somebody was in a relationship or a friendship where I saw the potential. I saw the potential in somebody else that they didn't see in themselves. Look, I'm just saying, I'm a Pisces moon. I was married for 21 years. I saw the potential in all of it, and that person had no potential. But that's the Neptunian energy, right? That's us in our fantasy world wanting something to work out that was actually not going to work out, because the World card is the next card. Something was actually going to come to an end. If you're interested in coming into the extended to find out what happens next, we will talk about the Seven of Swords and the decision that you have to make. We'll talk about what this betrayal is here and why you pull back your energy. I'm going to go into the extended. If you want to be in the extended, please look at the pinned comment at the top of all the comments. The membership link is there. That's where all of these extendeds go for every sign that I read for. Also, if you're interested in a private read, now would be a great time, because I am kind of caught up here. So if you're interested in having a private read, then please click on the link to Hypsee. Look at my packages and pricing. I'm going to go into the extended. If you want to be there, that's where I will see you next. And if not, I'll be back. I'm always back, Pisces. I'll be back with more free reads. Take care. Thanks, Pisces. Bye-bye.